Good morning, good morning. I found bagpipe music. Today I am talking about sheep, and I'm not going to talk about what I'm doing on the screen because it's the same thing I do and I'm going to be doing. I add color where I can find it. I get some things from Etsy. That came from a Etsy artist in Ireland, and she sent me the little green doilies too. Um, on this day, it was our first full day. Yeah, first full day, or maybe I don't know. It was the very beginning of our trip. We went to a sheep farm. Now we drove and we drove and we drove out in the middle of nowhere. Beautiful, beautiful countryside. Every day, our driver, who was our tour guide, her name was Denise, and she was amazing. She would tell us a little bit of history. She would tell us a little bit of culture. She would tell us a little bit of agriculture. I mean, it was just a very well done tour. And I'm actually watching the British Open, which is in Northern Ireland, which is where the rest of our group is still right now. And it's raining. Sorry, guys. So, yeah, today was the sheep farm. And we knew we were going to watch a dog perform and herd the sheep, but we didn't know the sheep farm was going to be overlooking a bay, which was gorgeous. And there were mussel farmers in this bay also, which I grew up with a little bit of that in the San Francisco Bay. In fact, I went to high school with a family that did oyster farming. Anyhow, so I knew what those boats looked like, and I knew what those piles of shells looked like. It was cool. And the sheep, we came across the family that was the sheep farm where we went was family owned and family run still, and they do sheep tours on the side because their stuff is dying off. If a mother had more than two sheep, which sometimes she can have three, can you imagine? And they're about 5 pounds each, he said, they take the third one away and hand raise it. So we got to bottle feed these little babies. They were a couple months old, bigger than my dog for sure. But they were adorable. I don't have video. I guess I could put video on here. Maybe I will at the end. There was, they were so people trained already. We quickly found out that this man sells his sheep to another farmer who then fattens them up for market. They do not use the wool for yarn. Most of the yarn that comes into New Zealand or into Ireland for sweaters is from New Zealand. Their sheeps are not the kind that do good wool. Most of Ireland, which I did not know that. Anyhow, so we learned that. We learned that a sheep can have three babies, um, hooves and all, and we bottle fed them, and we watched the dog demonstration, which that was amazing. On the side of a hill, literally falling into the bay. He keeps these sheep sure-footed. He stays sure-footed. He only likes to be working. He doesn't like to be at home idle. Um, and oh yeah, watch out, Art, here I come. And it was just so cool. But at the end, he was doing a demonstration of shearing a sheep with these gigantic shears that are about the size of a Mac, the blades. And I got to do it too. I had the best time. Now, that video is the one that's on my husband's phone, and I don't have it. But I think I put a picture of me on Instagram of me shearing a sheep. Anyhow, here's my little cartoon version of a sheep. So that was such a great experience. And the sheep were adorable. Adorable. Smelly. Oh, lanolin. There's lots of lanolin in their coats. And the farmer actually wiped it all over his hands, and it's hand lotion. It's what's in a lot of makeup. It was really, besides the smell, it was really, really lotiony and felt good on your hands. And he had beautiful hands, so he uses it all the time, he says. So I've gone to my archives of letters and found sheep spelled out in this stencil that I used years ago. I think during Halloween maybe, or Christmas, I don't know. But I found some of the letters, and the rest of the letters I made out of that deli paper, so I could spell out the word sheep. And the title I used, it was called Killarry Sheep Farm. And I just liked how the marker made it almost like a pretty script. So I kept it and I'm going with it. And I'm trying to make journal pictures, journal cards, and my crazy printer is giving me. I have a selfie printer, and it's giving me fits. It only prints like 2 sheets and then it stops. I have to unplug it, let it cool off, and it's not even hot, and plug it in again and try to do 2 more pages. I just ran up to the pharmacy to try to print some off. I have to wait till tomorrow to pick them up. Technology is great when it works. It's frustrating when it doesn't. Anyhow, I'm not going to complain. Not going to complain. I'm going to try to make a whole journal without complaining. Yeah, right. Anyhow, so I have the title sheep. I have the title of the sheep farm, Kalari Sheep Farm. I have pictures of the sheep. I did a tip that I is good for me in my process is getting postcards where they have lots of little pictures on a postcard, because I that's the size I use in these journals. And the sheep, the one picture underneath the title, trying to go in a little closer, is from a postcard. I did buy postcards the whole way to supplement my own pictures, just because they're professionals and they know what they're doing, and I'm not. Not it's very obviously I don't know what I'm doing. So here's my little title, my journal card with my little cartoon sheep and some of the pictures that I was able to get after bottle feeding those babies. Oh my God, they were so cute. They probably weigh like 20 pounds now. He said they were all about 3 months old. I went back to my almanac and tore out 2 pages that have agriculture on them and particularly sheep facts. And I'm going to paint those and use those to mount the pictures, I think. I'm not sure. I fly by the seat of my pants. I have a couple new people watching, so if you don't know, I fly by the seat of my pants. The paper tells me what they want to be. The pictures tell me what they want to be. I'm obviously going to use a ton of green in this journal just because we experienced the green. That should be the name of this journal. We experienced the green. It was gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. We were lucky with weather. Our friends that are still over there that are up in Northern Ireland going to the golf tournament, which is the reason why we all went. One of our friends volunteers at these golf tournaments, and he did the British Open 2 years ago, and he's the highest ranked volunteer. Like his wife says, he's a rock star in his world. He's a volunteer. He sits there and either walks with the golfers and helps them. They all have to have alternate scores. So they each have like 3 or 4 different scores to make sure that the scores are done correctly. Or he'll walk a hole and have a sign that he has to hold up that says "Quiet, please." I mean, just different things all the time. But his claim to fame is if he's walking with a golfer, that golfer usually wins. Not because he rigs the score. He just is good luck. And it doesn't hurt that he looks like George Clooney. Anyhow, so his wife calls him her golf rock star. Anyhow, so all those people are still, long story short, to say that they're all up in Northern Ireland now for the British Open, and it's really bad weather. We had great weather, except for the day we were at the Cliffs of Moher, sadly. But it was not. It doesn't fluctuate much. I don't know if it's just the time of year. We would go to bed and it would be about 55. We'd wake up and it was about 65, and that was it for the day. It doesn't fluctuate. Today and yesterday were heat index of 105 here, just to tell you. Yeah. So I'm mounting pictures on paper that I painted green out of the almanac, and it's all about the agriculture. And I'm posting pictures, mounting pictures on that paper, and just having the grandest time with green and sheep and remembering how they talked to each other. And I'm hoping this goes over all the bagpipes. I don't think I'm going to use bagpipes every day, but those little sections that I'm putting on there right now are particular figures of sheep farmers from 1988 and the percentage of farmers or something. So I'm kind of highlighting those little pages or those little lines. And I'm not totally hating this page. I want them to be artistic. I want them to be layered. I want to remember the facts. And I want to remember what we did that day. And I'm trying to go in a little bit closer at times so you can see better. Anyhow, it was great. This was every day was a highlight. Every day was fun. But I loved the sheep. I just loved the sheep. The dog was a border collie. He was solid black, and there is a video on my Instagram of him herding, a little snippet. We grew up with a border collie, but it was tricolored. Anyhow, those dogs are amazingly smart, and the man told us he's not happy unless he's herding. Anyhow, it was great, grand fun. I love my sheep that I drew, as rudimentary as it is. I love it. That's what I like. That's just how I roll, or how I work in a journal. So, I'm going to let the bagpipes finish, and thanks for watching. Tomorrow, we were in Kong for lunch, so that's what I'll do for tomorrow, which had some interesting things about it too. Cool, really cool. As in John Wayne cool. Okay, so thanks for watching. I think I add a few little more orange things here. There's going to be a lot of green and orange in this thing. I'm going to be tired of green and orange, but it is what it is. It's Ireland. It's Ireland. So thanks for watching. Come back tomorrow and I'll do some more. Bye.